One time I had a situation where my bottom broad, she had got out of pocket. Uh, Back then, they had certain drivers that would drive them certain places. Um, they get a particular taxi cab driver, they develop a friendship with him. And a popular driver back in that day, his name was Jason. He was an Asian who used to drive taxis, and so a lot of the girls, they like having Jason as their driver. Jason smoked a little weed and he was a cool dude. I knew him. But they had other drivers that they preferred also. So my bottom broad had this one particular driver that she met. He was a black dude. I didn't know any of this at the time. But the black dude had, just got out the feds, and he, was once you get out the feds, you gotta hold down a job. So he chose taxi driving, and I guess he had tried to pimp a little bit, and he had went to the feds for selling drugs. So one day, my Hawaiian broad had come downstairs and said, "Baby, I hear Bria on the other line talking to some guy." So she give me the phone. Back then, cell phones and house phones, somehow the lines crossed sometimes. So the lines had crossed, and my Hawaiian broad had heard Bria on the phone, and so I'm listening to the conversation, and she's talking to this dude, and it was provocative. And so, I waited till she got off the phone, and about 30 minutes after she had got off the phone, and I went and, asked her about the scenario and situation. And first she tried to have some drag, and, she finally came clean and gave me all the information. And she let me know that she had been, having sex with this boy for like 3 months. And so I tell her to call the taxi, to call her driver, to call the dude and bring him up to the house. So she calls him, and he comes up to the house, and he comes in, and I don't know if he knows that I'm there or not. I suspect that he doesn't, because like I said, they've been seeing each other for 3 months. And so he comes into the house, and I said, "Come on in, man. Let me holler at you for a minute." I have my friend Goldmine there with me, and so I have him come sit down on the couch, and I'm sitting across from him, and I call my blonde broad downstairs, and I tell her to come on downstairs and to sit on her knees in the middle of the floor. And I said, this little broad of mine tell me that you two have been funning for about 3 months, about 90 days. And he started to stutter. Well. I said, "Hold on, man. I'm not mad about you fucking this bitch. The bitch fucked for a living." I said, "But what I catch wind of is that you guys have been funning for 90 days. And he says, "Well, yeah, man." I guess he started alluding to that he was trying to get some money. I said, "Man, have this bitch given you a buffalo head penny? Has this bitch given you anything, man?" He says, "No." I said, "Man, do you know in the last 90 days, 3 months that you've been fucking on this bitch, this hoe of mine?" I said, "Do you know in the last 90 days that this bitch done given me over $90,000? I said, "Nigga, what that make you feel like? Nigga, you can't hold this bitch, no catch this bitch with no dick. This bitch is using you, man. I don't care nothing about you fucking on this bitch." I told him, I said, "Nigga, my money been so good, I might keep you guys funning." A nigga looking all stupid and stuff, and he look over at me and say, Dre, he said, Dre, man, please don't tell nobody about this. Please don't tell nobody about this. I walked the nigga down the stairs and let him go onto his cab. I never seen him again, nor did the bitch, not as far as I'm concerned. That's pimping, man.